So the thing is that everybody talks about do you have charts that are going up to the sky? Do you have a hockey stick, right? And
I do in my closet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing that an entrepreneur needs to look at is like, do I have? When I look at all the analytics that I have, right? And you can't deceive yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a hockey stick? Do you have look at every metric that you think you have unique in your product and say, is there something there?
Yep.
And a lot of people say, oh, I have good community around my users, but ultimately, the hockey stick matters. You could have a so you could look at our FlixUp product and say, hey, you know what? This is a Rotten Tomatoes for Twitter. People who use Twitter and people who care about what the community thinks about could use it. Mm-hmm. And it could be very passionate and a very high usage sort of product. And that's okay. But I find that the companies that are really growing and getting the most attraction and awareness have some sort of hockey stick. And if you look at, you've spoken to mobile gaming products. I mean, you look at the location space, you look at Booyah, they have their own metric that they say we have a hockey stick versus, Foursquare has its own hockey stick. And, we have our own sort of metrics to saying, here's what we look at, right? And so we saw that and we weren't getting it. And so it's very, very painful to say, God damn, I spent 2 months and nights and weekends, and we thought we were doing something great. But you got to know when to say it's your time, it's your investment, and you got to kill it.
So, I mean, how long did you have the product out there before you looked at this and said
1 month?
1 month.
Yeah.
And so
mobile, it's interesting. Mobile is a very interesting space, especially in the App Store.
Yeah.
Because people say, how do you get distribution? And it's a very good question, right? And in the App Store, you can buy users, you can buy advertising, drive traffic, and you can do that. And I don't think that's the right way to go, especially for start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first it's cost, but the second is you might think you have something, but you really don't. Right? So for us, we said it has to organically grow, right? Yep. Non-paid methods of growing users.
Yep.
And in 30 days, you have enough time to say, are we organically growing? And the problem with creating full-fledged features is that you don't know what to measure, whether you have something or not. Mm-hmm. And so I always say now, it's like, hey, let's do, when we launched MISO, our first version was very much, here's a button, you click the button, you select what you're watching, and then you post.